Teotihuacan, Pyramid of the Sun, except it's not too sunny in here.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. Today we are exploring the Great Pyramid of the Sun at Teotihuacan in Mexico, basically.
A medical kit.
Teotihuacan, something like that. So this is a big old temple level, which means that there are plenty of traps along the way for us to avoid and not succumb to in an entirely deadly fashion. This is also a level that is very much on the longer side. Hey, I saw you. Hey. This level is very much on the long side as well, so we may have to split this video up into some parts because it can take a while. There's a particularly long and grueling puzzle in this level that can take a little while to solve, so we will see. Tread on the button. Got to be careful of that. And then we'll just roll through before any kind of major damage befalls us. That's great. But before we get to the really dangerous puzzle... Warning music. We need to peep through this window. There's an idol there that we're going to need. Whoopsie daisy, wrong button.
What have we here?
And I'm just going to cut this away also. Good. Yeah, first of all we need to make it down into the bowels of the tomb, which is what's going to happen more or less now. And we do a roll to the side to avoid being dropped into a small pit. Nothing too massive, but there are some poisonous critters down there that I'm just going to want to take care of. And by some poisonous critters, I think I mean one. It looks like there's room for a second there, though, so... Yeah, there is another one in there. I see you. Do you want to... Apparently we're not too interested in killing it, though. There we go. Just had to wait for it to come out a little bit. Just had to tease it out of the hole. That's what she... No. That's nothing like the kind of material and jokes we make on this channel. No siree, Bob. We've got a little bit further to go. This temple goes down quite a ways away. We've long since left behind... Oh, a card just fell off the wall and made me jump. Oh, and a spider as well. Oh, when everything happens, it all happens at once, I guess. I better just quickly alleviate, sorry, that's how you pronounce that word, my poison symptoms. And there's some music. Can I push or pull this? No, nothing to do with that. Fair enough. Oh. Okay. I seem to remember when I was younger that this door terrified me. Look at that face. That is not a pleasant face to look at. I hope you don't mind me saying. Oh. Unfortunate, but not entirely unexpected.
Now what?
Let's grab some of that. Cut that open. How did he nip me? Come on now. Okay, well there goes another poison kit. Ooh-wee. I'm probably going to burn through these quite a lot on this level. We press the button, the doors open again, and we're allowed to continue on our way, which is exactly what we need and want from this situation. So we step out into the main foyer.
Stones carved like gears.
This is our puzzle for the level. This room right here, as you can see, and as Indy alluded to, there are stones carved like gears, and there are 3 separate doors that look like they can be driven by gears, and we also have a 4th door directly underneath us also that we're going to need to learn how to operate effectively to be able to solve the riddles contained herein. But first, we are missing an important component of the puzzle that we need to go and retrieve first of all, and that is down the hole in the middle there. We need to go and get it. So we're going to work our way down there right now, hopefully. There's a button there to take care of that. That's fine. Get the gun out, because I don't want to get poisoned much more. Can't do anything with that at the moment. That's fine. Not a problem then. We'll just prowl around the temple a bit more instead. So I think our next port of call is to just drop down here. And before we get going any further, what I'm actually going to do is just push these cogs to the outer limits, because this will help us out a little bit. It will help us to get our bearings, and hopefully the puzzle will not take so long to actually work out. But we'll come on to that a little bit more once we're actually in a position to do something about it. So my first port of call will be to lower myself down on this side, because there is that web covered entrance just there, and I'm anticipating some sort of treasure, or at the very least a venomous animal attack. It seems I'm being blessed with neither, which is fantastic. Roll over, grab the ruby, and then let ourselves down daintily. And once again. And again. Perfect. So, this right here is the centerpiece for the puzzle that we are missing, that we need to get up to the top floor.
Goddess. With a face like that, she won't win too many beauty contests. What are those hands supposed to be holding?
She is an ugly one. Mind you, so are most of the carvings in this room. Now, we need to maneuver these pillars out. You may have seen that we were able to grab them as we lowered ourselves down. We need to pull this into a more desirable position, i.e. just on top of that pressure pad right there. The pillar itself is enough weight to be able to get the statue in the middle to do that. When used alongside the other pillars in the room, we should get enough height to be able to raise it up into the room that we need it for. There we go, a little bit further. Only a little incline that time. Now we just need to pull this one out, and I think this is our last one, because the fourth side there is a doorway, and Indy's really struggling here. It's probably because he's trying to pull it from a position that isn't the handholds. There we go. He's done it. Good effort, my friend. That pushes her right the way up into the room in which she's required. It also opens a doorway for us. That's brilliant. In order to escape this room, we just climb up on top of the crocodile head thingamajigs right here. Although not specifically this one. Or maybe specifically this one. And then that's our way out, I think. That's the door that just opened. Is there anything else in this room that might be of use to us? Because I know we had this over here where we let ourselves down. First of all, I'm wondering if maybe there may be some treasure or something akin to that hidden away on one of these other like rafter parts right here. Doesn't look like there is though, which is fine by me. Let's make our way back over to where we were, and we can then begin our puzzle solving. So far this level's gone relatively smoothly, I think. A couple of poisons here and there, nothing too outrageous or unfortunate. And oh, woof. Oh no, there's some treasure there. That's what I want. I want the treasure first. Yes, I see it. There we go. So, a very dangerous trap right there. We press the pressure plate and it slams the elevator down. There we go. And that brings us back here. And there she is. I'm just going to make a save. Alrighty. Now then, as you can see, we have our beautiful lady in the middle of the room here. Now, in case you haven't worked out what we're going to be doing with this room, I shall explain it now. We need to rotate the gears around the goddess lady right here and use them to be able to open up the doorways. Now, the best way for us to do this, I think, will be if we bring one of these stones inwards like this, and then we will bring the one in from the opposite side in twice, okay? Because we have a button up on the top deck that rotates the the cogs on the track that they're on around the statue in the middle. All will become clear when we press the button. You will see what exactly happens. One of the tracks goes one way and the other track goes in the opposite direction. So by placing the cogs like this, what we'll be able to do is ensure that at some point along their journey they will meet alongside the door that we need them to open. Let me show you what I mean here. So where we have the door we're going to open is the whatever that is, the jackal door, the green door right there. So the cog in front of it is not going to move. The ones on the left and the right of the ugly goddess will. And because they rotate in different directions, they will meet at the doorway directly underneath us and the doorway directly opposite us. And when they meet opposite those doorways, we can then open them up. Let's press this button.
After 2,000 years, the machine.
And there you go.
Didn't even have a college degree.
We got it right first time. This diagram in the middle kind of shows you what we're supposed to be doing here. Line up all the cogs in one straight line to open the door. We'll then press this button and it shall rotate the lady to open the door. Fantastic. Now, whilst we're here, I may as well rotate the cogs around twice more so that we can open the door directly underneath us. Save us a little bit of time. And then all that needs to be done is to repeat the process for the gold door and then the door with all three heads on it. Look at that. No time at all. Fantastic. Let's drop downwards. Let's start with the pink fish room. Why not? And inwards we go. We are looking for 3 different idols. We saw one of them as we came down the pyramid. Oh, there's some sneaks over there. We saw one of them as we came down the pyramid. We need to try and locate 3 in total. And our first one involves us having a little swim. But I am wondering if we have some secrets. As you can see over here, there is a panel which looks like it'll fit that odd key that we found. The water key! That's right. In it goes. That opens up a doorway of sorts, it seems. That will enable us to progress further onwards inside this section. Oh, piranhas! Hi. Okay, I didn't anticipate those. That's fair enough. Is there anything hidden away behind this statue, maybe, possibly? If we can go behind one, we can go behind the second, and maybe there's treasure. Doesn't seem so, though. Not a problem. Let's take out some of these whilst they're right next door to us. That'll make our lives a bit easier. And then down on the bottom of the pool right here is the doorway we just opened, which we will need to swim through to progress. Now there's a pillar in the centre of the room here with some doorways in the bottom of it that we need to try and open. That's our next objective. And I think that's what yanking this thing will do for us. It certainly is. That lets water flow in, which raises the centre of the pillar, enabling us to solve some sort of puzzle, I believe, in a fraction of a second. Probably a little bit longer than that, but never mind. As we heave ourselves out of the pool, we are of course granted by Indy's nemesis, the snake, or snakes, to use the correct plural form. After using the plural form of nemesis, we should probably use the plural form of snake as well, just to make sure that all the grammar lines up properly. We will climb this ladder. That'll enable us to get on top of the pillar that we have just raised, and hopefully a little bit closer to retrieving the fish idol. It's a shame that we lost the jeep in the last level. Having said that, it probably wouldn't be much use to us here inside the temple, but it's just a waste of machinery and technology, isn't it, really? It's unfortunate, but what can be done? In the grand scheme of the Cold War, the occasional jeep here and there is probably not that big of an issue. Now, brace yourselves everybody, for it is time for a climbing puzzle. You bet. So, of course, we're going to save, because this can take a while. And if I fall, it's going to take even longer. And I don't want to be dealing with all that. So, maybe I'll just speed through this section, because the shimmying, the wall climbing, they don't half take a long time. At least I think that's the nature of this part of the level. It seems to ring a bell. There's a way to jump over there. I don't know if we can get over there, though. Do you reckon it's worth having a crack at that, maybe? Let's give it a stab. Can't be done. Just take a severe amount of damage as you do so. Fair dues. Can't say I was expecting any less. Although, it did look like there's not actually that much climbing and shimmying to this section. Maybe I'm misremembering it. So, hey, maybe we won't skip through bits and bobs. Maybe we'll just suffer through it together. Because a problem shared is a problem halved, I guess? Does that still apply? Maybe? I don't really know. Oh, no, wait, there is a ladder to climb. Okay. And there's nothing going on behind these statues at the moment, which is fair enough. Can't expect all of the treasure to be hidden in all of the places you look all of the time. Otherwise there's no mystery. No, I'm fairly sure that there is some sort of ladder climbing segment to this. There's a silver bar behind that statue, which I think we're going to get just right now by hopping over to here. I am going to save again though, because even though it was just those two bits, it does take a little while. Oh, it's okay though, we've done it. We got the silver bar. There are birds twittering right outside my window. I'm just going to take a quick moment to, there we go, shut the window so that becomes less of a thing. Also, I think next door went out, so the dog may start barking imminently. Anyway, perfect. Anything behind that pillar? Doesn't look like it. I don't think we got anything down there either. So here we are, it's the ladder climbing section. Now I'm assuming that it's not really a maze as there have been in other levels. I'm hoping it's just a straight out climb along the wall here and make it to your destination. Time will tell though. There are definitely some more wall mazes coming up in the game. Those are going to take some time. For sure. In a couple of levels, in fact. In a couple of levels, that's going to be the case. I didn't check what time I started recording, which means I can't work out how long this video has been, which means I can't get an accurate end, but never mind. Here is the fish head.
Tovarishchi, stay alert. The Amerikanians may already be here. He's a smart one, that fellow. That's why we summoned Spiertsnaz. Our previous security detachment failed us. Make sure you don't. Now, berите oppositie.
Uh-oh. We're in trouble now. Dr. Volodnikov has sent what looks like the Canadian Spetsnaz to come and dispose of us. Only say Canadian because those red stars on their hats definitely look a little bit like maple leaves. Alright, let's get the idol. It raised a pillar, which opens the roof, making this truly into the Pyramid of the Sun. Now, let's just, before we do anything else, we need to take a silver mirror. I know who'd like to get her hands on that too. Literally the only other female in the game, the ugly goddess. Because other than Sophia, oh no wait, there was the old lady in the sanctuary as well. So what? 3 women in the game, maybe? I can hear Spetsnaz just shouting after us. They ain't gonna catch me. They ain't gonna take me alive, I guess is the point. Let's have it. Okay. Big mistakes made right here, but we got the health kits to deal with it. Where's the other one? Boom! There you go. With an adequate amount of suffering, I think it's fair to say, we managed to destroy these 4 members of Spetsnaz. Is that how you pronounce it? I know that he pronounced it Spetsnaz, which I feel like is just the Russian pronunciation of Spetsnaz, but I could be wrong. Spetsnaz, the Russian Special Service, as far as I know. Secret Service. The elite. The equivalent of the English SAS. And I know that there's some more of them hidden around. Because there always is. You feel like you've gotten a grip on the Russians, when really, the Russians have a grip on you. Not even a meme. That guy has a shotgun, and he absolutely pummeled us.
A gun.
Having said that, Indy did quite well to take a shotgun explosion to the belly without too much suffering. And we don't have any bother with the door this time either, which is also great. Turns out Spetsnaz has made it down to this floor of the temple too. That's him out of the way. Now, did I see one on the floor down there? I think I did. There he is. Problem solved. Now, whilst we're in this position, there's another one. Where are you? I heard you. I heard another one. Don't know where he is, but I heard him. Okay, well, in lieu of him making himself known, we are going to put the mirror in the goddess's hands. Not yet? Okay, well, we won't bother with that for now then. We'll just go into the green room right here and await our appearance on TV. That's a kind of media-based performance joke. I hope you enjoy it. Cut away the webs, as per. Brace ourselves for the emergence of poisonous insects. How did Spetsnaz, how did they make it in here? Well, no, I guess the door was open. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I'm gonna heal. It's probably a waste of a health kit, I know, but they aren't off taking chunks out of my health here. Another deathly pressure plate. Dispatched suitably. That's him out of the way. Was it just him? Seems to be the case. That's fine. Well and truly making our ammo back, by the way, which is absolutely fantastic. Well happy with that. Doesn't look like there's anything else down on this floor, though. So I guess we now just need to climb the steps right here. Climb the steps, Indy. That's it, thank you. Climb the steps a bit further. As I remember it, there was a screen grab from this part of the game on the box art for the actual game. It involved a soldier stood on one of these steps and Indy kind of whipping the gun out of his hand. Looked like quite a cool action shot. If the art exists for the box art, maybe I'll try and obtain that and just cut that into the video somewhere. I think that'd be quite cool. Let's take this. This was, I think, what we saw as we descended the temple, and that opens another doorway, and it will allow the sunlight down to us when we open up the next one above, which will be what which will be what we're going to move on to next. Just going to do a quick sweep of this last part of the room here, and then we can move onwards and downwards. Now, if I was feeling brave / stupid, I mean, I only wanted to walk off the edge, but he went whole hog, so I guess mildly irritating. Never mind. What can you do? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this cog onto the track, and then hopefully with one twist of the dial, that should mean that we'll be able to open up, or be in a position to negotiate the cogs to be able to open up the other two doors relatively smoothly. Now, I haven't forgotten, there was another Russian that I heard. Doesn't look like he's around though, unless he's made his way in here. In which case, I'm ready for you. He hasn't made his way in here. I'm sure he just aimed at something, or did I press the button and... Never mind, never mind. We're not in danger till they start shooting at us. That's what they say. Okay, right, that bottom cog is going to cause us a bit of a problem. No problem. well, it's going to cause us a problem. No problem doesn't really exist as a statement. It's going to cause a bit of a problem, but it's one that we can deal with. It's not going to be that much of a real pain. I don't think. It's just going to require a little bit of back and forth. So we can pop that there. And I'll tell you what we will do, actually, because we can press the button twice more, and then it will rotate the cogs around so that we can open up the gold door right there. We'll take care of that. And then when we pop down here to go through the door, we can negotiate the cogs to have it ready for opening up the final door. That makes sense. I'm sure that will work out just fine. So let's go and take care of that now. We'll rotate the cogs around in a specific way. Where does that put them? That's fine. And then one more press of the button will get them in place for right there. That's good. Now I can't actually, just realised I can't actually do anything with the cogs just yet. So let's have a look. I reckon if I press this once more, that will do just fine. Okay, perfect. So now we will slide this cog into position right here, go through the eagle door, and then when we next come back, we can sort out the final room. Okay, right. Now what have I got in here? Unsure. Traps ahoy by the looks of it. What's in the water here? Anything useful? Maybe. Let's start by going down here, because there aren't traps this way. At least, none that I'm aware of. What's up here? Anything I can make use of? Hey, a silver idol!
Hey,
Jackpot.
an idol.
What's further ahead? That's the real question. Something I can't do anything with for the time being. Okay, looks like we got to go up the trap corridor, which means that I am going to be saving the game once again, because Lord knows I do not wish to die. What I find fascinating about games like this is how the whole level exists in the same space, if that makes sense. So, like, the level itself isn't procedurally generated or anything like that. That's how you get through traps, by the way. Uh-oh. The level itself isn't procedurally generated. Like, the entire level exists in the space that it occupies. And I find it impressive for like the amount of skill that it must have taken to be able to build levels this large and intricate. That's an ergonable wall, by the way. Levels this big and intricate, and make them occupy the space geographically. Does that make sense? I don't know that it does. I hope it does. I hope it does. I don't know if this is where we need to be, or if this is just a bonus. But let's find out anyway. That's the hole where we just were. I don't want to fall in here though. I want to climb the ladder. The ladder of success, fortune and glory. Here he comes. It's a paraphrased quote from another Indiana Jones game, Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, a game that I shall not be playing because as good as it was also very clunky and I didn't really enjoy it as much, I'll be honest. Okay, where are we now? Ah, there's an emerald up there. I'll have that.
What's this?
Thank you. And we can still go yet higher. That does us for treasure on this level, right? Oh, 1 out. Okay, that's fine. I'm sure we will come across it at some point, maybe. Can I keep going? Nope, we are here. Right. And then we just need to do a little flying leap up to here. And is this where we need to be, or am I on a wild goose chase? Spiders. Spiders. Over here. Spin around. I ain't being outfoxed by no spiders. Mostly because they're two different animals from different genuses, but The point still stands. Oh, there's spider webs everywhere. I'm sure I can hear scuttling. Oh. I see it. Let's just take those out. Okay, I think this is safe. I'm not quite sure what movement that was. I'm sure I pressed the back button to try and get him to do a backwards roll, but he did like a right hand roll and rolled into the wall but still moved backwards. He like did the animation for rolling to the right but moved backwards. I don't know about that. Okay, is this the eagle room? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, yeah, well, we'll just take this. And then that does it. That lets the sunlight shine through the entire pyramid. Marvellous. Now, I'm feeling less confident about just dropping through the middle of the temple this time, so I think we're going to have to backtrack the manual way, which they've obviously accounted for because they put a button here for the door. And because in this section in particular, in order to backtrack, all you need to do is just fall, pretty much. Can we do so safely? I think we can. Beautiful. That's awesome. Now, it would be remiss of me, because I'm sure that there was a way for us to go that I didn't explore right there, so I'm going to have a crack at it and see if there was anything that we missed. Let's just have a little nosy. You kind of have to roll through this section. If you walk through, then you're just going to get impaled. Yes, up here. Is there anything for us awaiting up here? There is! The final treasure. I'm hoping that this isn't going to trigger again while I'm stood here. Fantastic. And is that it now? All 10! Yes! We did it again! That's what I like. It seems to be these like complicated temple levels where the treasure really... Whoa! Where we actually managed to get all the treasure. Which, I don't know, I guess kind of makes sense. The temple ones, with all these puzzles and stuff, are more linear, I reckon. So it actually probably does make sense. You haven't got too many places to deviate off from the path. Whereas the ones that are in a bit more of an open space, like the Jeep Trek, prior to this one, you have more control over where you're going. So it can probably be a bit more tricky to track everything down. Anyways... Let's rotate the cogs one final time, and then we can press this button one final time to rotate them, and that gives us entry to the final room. It'll allow us to scatter the idols in a way that'll appease the designers of this confounded contraption, and then we will be able to complete the level.
These pedestals look like a three-part shrine. But where are the idols?
Where are the idols indeed? Indy asks ironically, because he knows that they are smack bang in the middle of his pocket. Either that or he's just exceptionally pleased to be here. We'll place the eagle idol on the pillar right there, and the eagle idol of you will have noticed that it was actually the bird idol. Then we place the fish idol on here, and I haven't got a pun for that one. And lastly we have the jackal-ish creature that'll go on the last pedestal. Wonderful, that causes all of those to sink into the ground, and it retracts our good ugly lady down into the base of the pyramid where, yes, I see them, a couple of Spetsnaz soldiers await us, which is not good at all. However, I shall do my best to do my duty to God and to the Queen, and to keep the scout law. I shall also attempt to get down there with causing minimal trauma to myself and execute the Spetsnaz soldiers with maximum discomfort. Can we roll into the gap? No, we can't. And just as he takes aim with his shotgun, health kit, not with the machete, Indy. What's wrong with you? Where did they all go? Okay, some up there. Looking for the guy with the shotgun first. He's my biggest concern. But I don't want to stand still. Oh, there he is. Okay, that's him out of the way. He was the one who was going to cause us the most damage, so the one I wanted to take out the most quickly. Now, as we climb up here, this guy doesn't see us coming up, which is great for us, because that lets us just deal with him like that. That wasn't very graceful. And then we can just climb up here, take out these last couple of soldiers. Oh, hi. I was going to jump over. Great, every shot missed. There we go, that's Spetsnaz taken out. And now we can finally give the ugly goddess her mirror. And we can finally leave this... Oh, I missed a soldier up there for ammunition. It's important. The more ammo we recover in levels, say it with me now, the less we have to spend on ammo between the levels. Yes, that is correct. Now, where was that shotgun as well? I need to make sure that I pick that up, because those bullets are expensive. And it's a good gun as well. Not that I tend to rely on it very much. You may notice I tend to just rely on the old .9mm pistol. Not .9mm, but the, you know, whatever. It's a good gun. It does the job, and we just get ammo for it out the wazoo. Let's give her her mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? She is. The door opens. Through some kind of science, I'm sure. And that allows us to continue on our quest. Having solved the riddles of the Teotihuacan Pyramid of the Sun, now we shall go deeper into the ancient Olmec civilizations. Thank you for watching this episode of Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. It was actually a pretty decently lengthed episode by the looks of it. We did quite well there. That went better than I thought it would. Anyway, next time we shall be moving on into a different level. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please do feel free to leave a thumbs up and a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. And if you really liked it, maybe you'd consider hitting that subscribe button or even sharing the video with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. I shall see you next time. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.